This special edition of Madden 24.
This one, I just don't because I keep asking.
I told you they was going to wear the opposite. Something dark. Didn't I tell you
the shadows starting to get a bit longer.
Yeah, they're going to be very confused.
Oh, where's the Green Bay snap?
And we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Yo, freaking out.
Here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
Actually, game does not change. So anything that changes is the price.
But there's also plenty for him to work on in this game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Oh, I do that.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Let's do this. Let's go by concept. It's global, right? Here we go.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Turner.
Oh, last down, boys.
Pressure too much as down he goes.
I think I was going to get to it.
I opened it up.
Yeah,
I dragged him along when he tackled me outside, so my spin move ended up pushing me off, but he gave enough window.
You're right, look.
He gave enough window.
Try to block me.
Yep.
Yo, that's crazy. Hey, I'm trying to hook you, bro. Look, you're raping me, bro. Look, what? They trying to do shit as this.
Yo. That is not
Yo, Ray.
That's
I want to
They tried to go with a little play action there,
but
nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique.
So pressure, and they got to him again.
We swag. We should.
I think it's trying to this now.
Pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
This one down is
This fault is one to go anyway. The rookie.
Oh,
the rookie. Mr. Scott.
Was it really?
Beat me up, Scotty. But this isn't Zach from Saved by the Bell. Oh, no. Look at how beautiful this just pans out. Watch this. He's just sitting there patiently waiting. Waits. Boom. Just goes around.
Oh, he came from over here, bro.
He waited the whole play out. Look at this. That's patience. That's C.J. Mosley like. Lawrence Taylor, too. Clean. Bang!
Ooh.
That's textbook.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one years away. This is brought in at the 21.
Come on, he's faster than that.
Officially 5
like a 97.
And the Jets will take
over
first and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Back to throw. Diaz dancing to his left.
You got it, right? Go.
Uses the spin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. First carry for the Iowa State man, Brees Hall. And nothing
if you don't do that, I try to
first down. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. What kind of percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Diaz, off play action.
Oh!
Now you get up.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
It's going to fuck with me? Okay, fine.
Looking to throw. Diaz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
Oh!
That's
bullshit.
The Jets try it, but
You have to lead too.
doesn't work. This defense will take over right near midfield at the
You'll only get to see that.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw.
Oh, shit.
Get your hands.
Oh!
And he's got daylight. It's a
Oh, your mama.
And I didn't.
I thought we could stick it. You pressed it down and then you pushed it back.
The Packers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the
You
early
won't get
lead.
that again.
This triangle down, this one.
Extra
Yeah.
points
And then
leads the
triangle
uprights.
up.
And that makes the score 7-0.
This one does the push.
Not sure if they
Press
drew
it.
Well, at least it's not a fumble or anything.
Yeah,
It's
you
scored
can do it.
indeed. One
But they
play
got
on the
momentum,
ground
so.
and
Right.
into the end zone
He
for
did that.
six.
He's correct.
Right?
And he returns this to the 22.
He's not there, I promise you. That's a
Back
good
on the
thing.
field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had a week off last week.
Yo, you
This
see
is really a
this?
team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week. And
Oh, he saw a chance at that? Come on.
Coaches do is they kind of game plan for their teams on defense. They may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo.
I know it
Anything
all
to get
is
them out of that
about.
lethargy
Let's do
right in the
this.
beginning.
Oh, wait. Okay.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run the ball. Pushing through the contact.
Oh!
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Come in.
On first
Oh.
down, it's Hall. And if there was a lane
He
there,
struck the shit out of you.
as he stopped for
Wow.
the game.
Ooh.
Second down. When you look at this Packers defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is
Oh, what a lung shot.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard to the 36. This defense for the Packers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game,
Oh,
it
that's
always comes back
smart.
to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw
what should
last
we do?
game. This team doesn't.
Come on! You didn't get that pass.
Shot taken on 3rd
I
down.
had the lead on it too.
Incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what
You're not going to
works.
expect this.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
You should have.
They'll try and throw for it here.
What the?
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one.
How the fuck we get up like that?
Because I think the teams that look at
72 yards.
why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
One's outside.
Operating from the gun.
Oh,
They dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle of 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Turner now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right.
Come on.
And they're able to get this
I fucking fell forward. Are you kidding me?
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger,
That's
running
bullshit.
with it, picking up a 1st down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh. Got that.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
I press circle. Yo. That's
This 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
That was good.
The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
This time, I'm going to make sure.
Back to throw. Diaz buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to
Really
make sure
not in that, right?
something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of 1st. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this 1st half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he's caught. And he's going to have the Jets 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving.
I throw that shit fast. I just inside shoulder too.
Big time.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Throwing is Diaz. On first down. On the run. He'll let this go
Whoa,
deep.
I thought that was a perfect throw.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, I had that too.
I didn't think I threw it that far. I really had that. Like, I had that whole thing.
Oh man, you got that when
Oh, I just been able to get it off over his head.
That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending the play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
So if everything's online, everything's up close. So guess what?
Continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
There we go. Jack. Alert! Alert! Bring it!
They'll run on first down. It's Brooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 118 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The throw over the middle taken in. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
Actually, I was trying to do the defensive line.
Looking to throw.
Turner.
That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, Turner. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
60 Vikings. Ready.
Up the middle they go.
Who's that, boy?
It's Brooks. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, you got hot twice.
Oh, make it short.
No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking left side of his game in. That's Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds after a short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Ooh,
and his kick is gone.
Oh, if you were pushing the shot, I got
Oh, you sacked his hand.
Let's do this. Ready?
It is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner,
It's
because he hasn't missed all year
online.
long.
Guess what? We need T-Room, which will be fitted. Oh, wait. Hold that. Follow me.
Here comes a return from a few steps
go,
into
son,
the end
go.
zone.
There ain't nobody there. Go.
Oh, good looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard.
That's not pass interference?
I think you just called
Really?
desperation time.
Oh,
But
okay.
let's face it, you mentioned
That's
this to me
dirty.
in the break earlier in the game.
Fine.
The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Yeah, guess what? Two can play that game. Yeah, I'm not gonna play shit.
5
Not
yards
time
now,
out
it's
for yet.
3rd and
The
5.
second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Hall again.
Oh, you mama.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do
Wait,
next.
44. Well played.
They're going to expect it.
And they're going to go for this. Just one
I'm
for
going to run
3
the
so
route. Just
far
got
on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
You know.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Yeah.
Because I used to run that post in, so the guy followed me, and then he gets it by himself. That's why otherwise I would have been my route.
1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left.
Oh! Get in his hands!
Well, you know me, whether you need
That
it
was
or
a
not,
good
I'll give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield.
We start 3 timeouts. We can run
Only
the
if you're
ball.
absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
See what I'm looking at, but I think it's dead. Got it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He
What the
lost the
fuck?
football.
Come
The Packers
on.
pick it up.
Are you
Does the
serious
big
right
boy
now?
have the juice? And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice.
Take
That's
that.
work done.
And this
Go,
is gonna
son,
be
go.
intercepted.
I'm coming.
Sauce
Bam!
Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession
Cheers,
here
Biggie.
at their own 16-yard line.
You know you can't live downfield. I'm sorry.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Expect something, so you gotta feel like that.
No, you're supposed to accept it.
They'll expect the screen.
Okay, you call timeout after that shit.
The offense staying out there. They're 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? Back to throw. Diaz. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't
Wait,
pay
they got...
off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a first and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. That will be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
How about that shit?
Up, and this is a live football. Well, maybe that's...
Told y'all get to that shit. I said, get out of the way. I smacked that shit with both hands. Ah!
Shit. We got the ball back.
They need it here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went
you
off
got
the
one play
field,
left
the offense was coming out. Did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
Here's Diaz. A final shot before break. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Come on.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
One drive at a time, bro. Come on.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside
We're
Charles
only
Davis.
17, so we ain't far off.
Set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Make sure you get this. Yeah.
Let's go now.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Oh, he tried to suplex me.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Oh, he's going to go loose.
The Jets going to take over on
Right,
offense to begin this third quarter.
You're not going to expect.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit.
When I say destroy something, I mean fucking
there's plenty
destroy
of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something though out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Hey, the best of bubbles. I don't like this.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
No, not that
The
fast.
second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Paul on a give up the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Steps away.
What the hell is that?
That's a move?
No, it's a receiver.
And they turn it over.
You never throw the ball out of
So
bounds.
certainly an interesting call there to go
What
for
the
it.
fuck is
And
that?
that will force a turnover
Oh,
on
public play.
downs.
Oh,
At this
fucking
stage of the
stupid.
game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it,
What? I mean, basically, you have something. Still, come out.
If they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Yeah.
On first down, Brooks. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming out. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
To throw is Turner on third down. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Here we go, start.
Now Turner throwing on 4th down, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
Yo, come on. We just had a first down. Yo, stop cutting off your own teammates.
We know that expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
We go right into his fucking stomach, but like, it was weird how he was huddling them. That wasn't an easy throw, bro. You got to throw MC 2 motherfuckers, bro.
Titman was in the way.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Come on, Victor.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eric Stokes. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Throwing on first
It's not
down,
fair
but
much
this
better,
one
so
ends
it's
up
not
to be
exactly
incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over
Where your head's
70%.
at?
Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away from that. And thus far, they've been successful.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Your mama got no ass.
Find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
My guy slowed down a little bit. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Touchdown, Packers.
Fuck it, we just left 38 minutes. Fuck. Just slow now, just slow down. I'm about to pop that in. Why did my guy slow down so much?
With touchdown numbers.
Well, guys, that was just a preseason normal game. And you guys didn't know. Yeah. But today's real game